My name is Linda Parker. I am 59 years old and I live by myself in a quiet little house in Brighton. My husband passed away 8 years ago. Since then, the house has felt much bigger and much emptier. I have one child, my son, Daniel. Many years ago, he moved to Canada. He built a new life there with his wife, Sarah, and their 2 children. He has a successful job, a beautiful home, and from what I hear, a comfortable life. As a mother, that should make me happy, and it does, in some ways. But my days here are very lonely. Every morning I wake up early. I prepare my own breakfast, sweep the floors, water the plants, and keep myself busy with small chores. In the evenings, silence fills the rooms. Sometimes I sit with a cup of tea and look at Daniel's childhood pictures. I keep them carefully in a small box beside my bed. I look at those photos almost every day. Daniel doesn't call very often. Once in a while, he sends some money. Sometimes he says, "Mom, I'll visit you soon." I always believe him. I always wait. One afternoon, someone knocked on my front door. I slowly walked over and opened it. It was Daniel. For a moment, I couldn't speak. "Daniel, you came," I whispered. He smiled and hugged me. I felt tears filling my eyes. After so many years, my son was standing in front of me. I made tea and we sat together, just like old times. I asked about Sarah and the children. He said they were doing well. Then he said something unexpected. "Mom, I've been thinking about you. You shouldn't live here alone anymore. I want you to come to Canada with me." My heart felt confused. Part of me was happy. Part of me was afraid. "This house," I said softly. "I was born here. I married your father here. I have so many memories." Daniel looked serious. "Mom, the house is old. It's not safe. In Canada, you'll have your own room. You'll see your grandchildren every day. Sarah wants you there too." That night, I could not sleep. I walked around the house, touching the walls, remembering my husband's laughter, Daniel's childhood footsteps, birthday celebrations, and quiet evenings. The next morning, Daniel spoke again. "Mom, we should sell the house. You won't need it anymore. The money will help you start fresh with us." I looked at his face. He seemed sincere. He seemed concerned. So I agreed. We sold the house. Daniel handled everything. Soon, all the money was transferred. I packed my clothes into one suitcase. Leaving that house felt like leaving my past behind. But I told myself, I will be with my son. That is what matters. At the airport, Daniel turned to me and said, "Mom, wait here. I'll get a wheelchair for you. The walk is long." I nodded and sat down. 10 minutes passed. Then 20. Then 40. People moved around me in every direction, but Daniel did not return. I began to feel nervous. I looked at the entrance again and again. He will come, I told myself. He is my son. After nearly an hour, a police officer approached me. "Ma'am, are you waiting for someone?" he asked gently. "Yes," I replied. "My son. We are flying to Canada." He asked for Daniel's photo. I showed him a picture from my bag, along with my ticket. He said, "Please stay here. I'll check." When he returned, his face had changed. He sat beside me and spoke quietly. "Ma'am, your son boarded the plane. Alone. The flight has already departed." I felt the world stop. My voice trembled. "No, that cannot be true. He promised me." The officer's eyes were kind but firm. I saw him. he left by himself. My chest felt heavy. Tears fell without control. I had sold my home. I had trusted him. And now, I was alone in a crowded airport. The officer introduced himself. His name was Robert Miller. He told me he reminded him of his own mother, who had passed away years ago. "You shouldn't stay here," he said. "Please come home with me. My wife is kind. You can rest." I did not want to trouble him, but he insisted. That night I went to his house. His wife, Olivia, welcomed me warmly. She gave me food and spoke gently, like a daughter would. I cried quietly in my room. I missed my home. I missed the son I thought I knew. The next morning, Robert received a phone call. He stepped into another room. When he came back, he smiled, but there was sadness in his eyes. What I didn't know was this. The plane Daniel had boarded never reached its destination. There were no survivors. Robert chose not to tell me. He understood something important. Even after everything, I still loved my son. A mother's heart does not stop loving. Days turned into weeks. I stayed with Robert and Olivia. They treated me with respect and care. Robert helped me with doctor visits. Olivia cooked meals I liked. Slowly, their house began to feel like home. I prayed every day. I prayed for Daniel. I prayed for his children. I prayed that no mother would ever feel that kind of pain again. One evening, Robert asked me gently, "Do you miss your old house?" I smiled softly and said, "I lost a house, but I found a family." Life had taken away my son, but it gave me another, one not by blood, but by kindness. If you were in Linda's place, what would you do? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more meaningful stories.